What's up guys, it's me, Quovtsin, and today I wanted to show you how to quickly and very easily gear up a fresh character and or an alt in the Shadowlands. And this guide is going to be mainly focused for newer players, just because this guide will show you how to gear up without really getting into any group content at all whatsoever. You will get to around 195 to 200 item level just by doing your Covenant campaign, as well as a bit of casual PvP where you just queue up a battleground. That is not something that anyone should be scared of. You just queue up a battleground and do your thing, and you will slowly get enough honor to buy some of the gear and upgrade that gear to 197 item level using honor. And you don't really need that much honor. There are a few ways to get a lot of honor very quickly, which I will show you in this video, as well as the Covenant campaign, of course, will give you gear pieces in every single slot except for jewelry, which you will use PvP to fill out those jewelry slots. And the Covenant campaign as well will award you with a 187 item level weapon, which is a good starting point. Once you finish the last campaign quest, you will get that weapon. And I would recommend not worrying about a weapon until afterwards, because I made the mistake of dumping a lot of honor into a weapon, buying it and upgrading it, and then I actually forgot once I finished the campaign that I actually get a 187 weapon. So I lost a lot of honor doing that. So make sure you, at the start, that you spend your honor on jewelry, because that is the place where you will actually need that gear. So whenever you hit level 60, the first thing you want to do is go check the auction house, because you will for sure want to get a Dark Moon card. The Dark Moon cards are very strong, and they're extremely cheap at the moment. I think this one cost 850, you can see it here. In the auction value, 850 for a 200 item level trinket, very good. So make sure you get at least a Dark Moon card, and at the same time, have a look at the Castle Nathria BOE drops. I actually decided to buy a cloak and the bracers because they were extremely cheap. So that is a thing I will leave up to you if you wish to buy it or not. I decided to do so, but it's not necessary. It's just that they were very cheap, so I of course bought them. And before you start your gearing, also have a look at what is your best in slot legendary. Have a look at where you can get the recipe, where it drops, and as well decide beforehand on what slot piece you will put it in, so you can plan accordingly. So I knew I was gonna get this legendary very easily. It's one of my best legendaries. I have two legendaries that are very good for a Brewmaster Monk, and this one was very simple to get, and I knew that I was gonna place it on the boots, so that will save you a lot of anima and or honor to obviously not upgrade that item, because you know that you will be placing a legendary in that slot. So those are the things that you need to get out of the way. See what you can buy off the auction house, and see what legendary you want and where to put it. And that will also save you anima and or honor whenever you are gonna start the gearing process. So obviously after that, the first thing you want to start working on is your Covenant. All you are going to be worried about is renown, renown, renown. That is all you will be looking forward to getting, because you need to get to renown 22 as soon as possible, because renown 22 will give you your last campaign quest. And once you finish your last campaign quest, you will have all of the armor pieces from the Covenant campaign, as well as the 187 weapon, as I mentioned before. And renown can be obtained by doing callings, of course. Whenever you cap, you will immediately receive 3 callings, and all of those callings are going to have an emblem of renown. And for sure, pick up the weekly quests, the weeklies where you have to gather souls from the maw, as well as the 1000 anima weekly quest. And one thing that you can min-max is the soul quest, because once you pick that soul quest, you are not able to abandon the quest. So if you look here at Renown 15, you actually get a Soulkeeper upgrade. So I would recommend not picking up the soul quest until as late as possible, if you so wish, because if you hit Renown 15 before it's reset, for example, you can go ahead and then pick up the souls quest later on, and you will be able to pick up 10 souls instead of 5. And the same goes for Renown 24. You would be able to pick up 15 souls instead of 5 or 10. So that is something to keep in mind as well. Make sure you do the soul quest as late as possible, just in case you will get an upgrade on your Soulkeeper. Getting the souls from the maw is a matter of 5 minutes, so you can do it as late as possible. Very easy quest to do. So, Renown, Renown, Renown. World boss, that is given. I don't really even need to mention it. Go kill the world boss. You have a chance to receive an item, that's 207. And you will get 250 anima, obviously. And you will also get an emblem of renown for killing the world boss. That is guaranteed. The other sources of renown are random, unfortunately. Every battleground win, or dungeon, or raid also has a chance of giving you renown. So once you stop receiving renown from callings and the campaign quest, as you're progressively doing the campaign of course awards you renown as well. So if you're, for example, stuck at Renown 16, you've done all your weeklies, you don't have any callings, then that is when you should start queuing up for PvP, because you will need the honor to, as I mentioned, buy the jewelry and any other item that you wish to buy and upgrade. And PvP wins will, of course, have a chance of giving you renown as well. And if, for example, your legendary recipe is in a dungeon from a dungeon boss, you can start queuing up for heroic dungeons as well, once you have the item level for it. And you can either choose to queue up for a specific dungeon to try and target that legendary, or just queue up heroics just by themselves, just to try and get the renown. Heroic dungeons are very quick to blast through, and they're a decent source of renown. So that is actually pretty much it for this guide. All you will need is the Covenant campaign, which will give you the armor that you will then slowly need to upgrade to the max item level of 197 using anima, as well as the jewelry, trinkets, and any other piece that you so wish to upgrade using honor. And you can also easily buy a piece of jewelry with conquest. That is 200 item level, which is very good. And the jewelry pieces cost only 525 conquest, which you get honestly in like the first 2 days of winning the first battleground of the day. So yeah, that is pretty much it. The point of this guide honestly was to give you a few tricks where you can easily get more anima as well as the honor. So when it comes to honor, when you queue up for epic battlegrounds, those are going to give you the most honor for your time invested. And in Wintergrasp, as well as Ashran, there is a one-time quest that gives you 1000 honor, which is very worthwhile to do. So the first Ashran and first Wintergrasp that you complete on a new character will easily award you over 1500 to 2000 honor because of those one-time quests that give you 1000 honor. And the Wintergrasp quest is honestly just killing 10 horde players or NPCs in the battleground. as well as winning Wintergrass will give you 150 conquest, which is very good because you will very quickly be able to buy a conquest item. And the Ashran quest, all you need to do is gather 50 of the relics. I don't exactly know what it's called right now, but those relics drop from every single mob in the area, so you can just ignore PvP and just go farm a few mobs to get those artifacts. And there's obviously ways to speed this up. I will show you right now that if you are playing Horde, immediately when you go out of the gate, right under the bridge, there is a satchel that you can loot. And that satchel will have a lot of the relic fragments, and you should be able to complete the quest immediately after looting that bag. And if not, you will just need to kill a few more mobs to get to 50, and you can go ahead and turn it in. And the same goes for the Alliance side. There is a wooden ledge that you need to jump to that also has a satchel, and that satchel will have all the relics that you need to complete the quest. If not, you will only need to kill a few more mobs to complete it. And lastly, when it comes to anima, in order to upgrade every single piece of Covenant armor to the max level, you will need a grand total of 7,550 anima. And obviously this will be reduced by any piece of gear that you buy from the auction house in that slot, as well as if you get lucky and drop an item from somewhere. And if you get a legendary as well in that slot, that will reduce that by a fair amount. So you will realistically need around 6,000 anima as a maximum, I would say. And there are two ways where you can easily get a lot of anima, and that is in Sanguine Depths. There is a quest to complete a dungeon, and once you do that, you will receive 750 anima, which is obviously a lot of anima for a new character. So make sure you do Sanguine Depths on your character. And finally, when you have the item level, make sure to queue up for Raid Finder Sire Denathrius, or you can of course kill it on normal mode, heroic, if you so wish. Just the fact that when you kill Sire Denathrius, you will loot a quest item, and that quest item will award you 1,250 anima. So there is a very simple way of getting 2,000 anima very quickly, and the rest of the anima you will actually get really quickly by doing your weekly activities, the weekly dungeon quests, the weekly PvP quests as well. Make sure to do those as well. And by doing world quests as well, you will also get a lot of anima. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this guide. It's all about Covenant armor and PvP items in the jewelry slots. It will honestly take you around 3 to 5 days to get all the anima and honor that you need to upgrade them fully. So this is a very quick way to get to around 200 item level. And at 200 item level, that is when you can actually start tackling the harder group content that the Shadowlands has to offer. So at 200 item level, you shouldn't really have a problem getting invited into higher Mythic Plus keys. So that would be like from 7+, I would say. It could still be hard to get invited in those groups. That's just the nature of the game, the nature of us as humans. We will always prefer the higher item level people for our content. So obviously you will need patience to get invited into groups. And you can also start doing Castle Nathria Heroic, which is where your upgrades will also come from. I wouldn't recommend doing normal mode, just because it drops 200 item level, which is very comparable to this easy and quick to get Covenant armor. And we all know, as we all know, the drops from raids are very scarce. So this is a surefire way to get to around 200 item level. No bullshit, just get anima and a bit of honor and you will get to this item level. You do not need to rely on drops or people training new gear. Very surefire way to get to a very decent item level. So that is it for this video. My throat hurts like crazy. I've recorded and re-recorded this video 5 times because I always forgot to mention something. Hopefully this is good enough. Thank you so much for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe.